ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ Pyari Sat Sangat Ji, let me start with a very big question today. The big question we are dealing with today, which has been brought up by many people who care for the direction we are heading to. The question is, are we excluding and chasing people away when we give a specific definition of what a Gursikh is? Let me repeat the question. Khalsa Ji, are we excluding and chasing people away when we give a specific definition of what a Gursikh is? My humble opinion, the answer is surely a no. Listen to the complete argument and understand why not. I request all not to draw any conclusions before listening to the whole audio. Sangatji, as follows is my humble understanding. Firstly, no one has been excluded from Guru Nanak's house. Everyone is accepted. Guru bahut vishal hai. Everybody is accepted. Even the sinner is accepted. Guru Patita Pavan mein. Everybody is accepted. We are all at different junctions and are moving at different speeds. Guru has catered for all. I elaborated this further down in the recording. And secondly, my humble note for those who think that we should redefine Sikhi and Sikh Rath Maryada is as follows. While we can appreciate that it is important to work with inclusion and not exclusion, but in no way the Guru's teachings and Rath is to be compromised. Pyare, we cannot do that. No way the Guru's definition of who is a Sikh is to be altered and to be replaced with our definition of what a Sikh is, just to have more numbers, just for the sake of including more people. Hanji, but I surely agree our approach and technique for prachar should change, but not Sikhi, not Sikh Rath or the definition of who a Sikh is. Some say we have to change as per the requirement of the time. Maafi deni. Be careful, Ji. This is actually blasphemy. What we are saying is that Guru had no insight to the future, and because of that we have to repackage Guru's Sikhi to suit modernization. Pardon me, Ji. Are we saying that we are smarter than Guru? Before I continue, once again I surely agree that the prachar techniques should change, but not Sikhi and not Sikhi Rath. And also agree that all are to be accepted and no one is made to feel smaller or incomplete. Accept all and everyone, wherever they may be in the journey towards the final goal of uniting with God. Now let's move on. Everyone has an opinion about everything, including me. This is a fact. Sometimes having opinions is not good enough. It must be and has to be verified by Gurbani. Gurbani has to be our kasvati, our base. Before we move into the discussion, let us set a base. Life is a journey to meet God. It has different stations and junctions. All are accepted in Guru's house. All are included. Guru has catered for all. No one is excluded. That is the duty of the Guru. Guru Nanak was Jagat Guru, a Guru for all. Sikhi is a systematic and sure path laid by Guru to ensure one completes the journey of meeting God surely and easily. Now let me ground it. We are all on a journey, moving at different speeds. And while this is accepted, it is important for one to work towards the final goal of our human birth, which is to become pure and to unite with God. Different religions have different practices. They are all right in their own space. In Sikhi, in the journey to meet God, it starts from being a Sikh, then a Gursikh, followed by being a singer, and finally a Khalsa. As I previously mentioned, we are all on a journey moving at different speeds. And while this is accepted, we must note It is important for one to work towards the final goal of our human birth and also the final destination of a Sikh, which is the Khalsa. Khalsa meaning Khalis, meaning to become pure and to be united with God. The meaning of Khalsa, I have elaborated this further in the discussion as well. There is no exclusion. Let's start with the understanding of what a Sikh is first, because this is a journey and one starts from being a Sikh. The word Sikh simply means a follower or a student. Period. Simply means a follower or a student. In Punjabi, it's also referred to as a chela. Anyone following any master or a spiritual leader is called a Sikh. So you can be a Sikh of a yogi, a Sikh of a sadhu, or Sikh of anyone. And if you are a Guru Sikh, if you are a Sikh of a Guru, you are called a Gursikh. The word Sikh is a very general term used for a chela. Let's understand this further. The word Sikh has been used even before Guru Nanak. Kabir ji used it. Kabir used the word Sikh before Guru Nanak. In Kabir ji's Bani, Kabir says, Kabir Sikh Sakha Bahte Kiye Keso Ki Unamit. He says that I have made lots of students and followers, but I have not made God my friend. Here Kabir uses the word Sikh in the context of a chela or a follower. Now let's move to Guru Nanak's Sikhi. In Guru Nanak's Sikhi, the word Sikh has been used in general to describe anyone that comes into Guru's Sangat, comes to Guru's Sangat. And when one totally surrenders to the teachings of the Guru, he is then called a Gursikh. Until then, he is referred to various names in Gurbani. Guru has used different names to describe people that come to the Sangat. Example, a Sewak, a Sangati, a Gurmukh, a Gursikh, a Sant, a Pagat. There is a clear distinction between the rest and a Gursikh. I repeat, there's a clear distinction between the rest and a Gursikh. Let's look at some panktis to understand this distinction. Guru Ramdas ji says in Rag Sorat, Tan tan pag tina Gurmukha, jo Gursikh le man jinitya. Guru uses the word Gurmukh here for the ones who have come to the Sangat. Guru says, a Gurmukh comes to the Sangat, listens to Guru's Sikhya, but without any commitment to the Guru. He comes, he listens to Sikhya to grow spiritually and to finally conquer his mind. The word Gursikh in that pankti here means via Guru's Sikhya. Gursikh, Guru's Sikhya. Gurmukh jo Gursikh le, that means Guru di Sikhya leke man jhantya, o man nu jit lenda hai. Guru calls this person who listens to Guru's Sikhya a Gurmukh. He has not called him a Gursikh yet. Now this distinction becomes very clear in the next pankti. Listen carefully. Sabdo vade paag Guru Sikha ke jo Guru Charni Sikh padte a. Here Guru says the Guru Sikh is of the highest fortune. As he surrenders totally to the Guru, firstly note Guru used the word Gurmukh in the pankti before, and here now Guru is using the word Gursikh. The Gurmukh is a Sangati that comes to the Sangat and listens to teachings of the Guru to better himself, but is not totally committed to the Guru. In the next pankti, Guru uses the word Gursikh, the one who is totally committed and who has surrendered to the Guru and his teachings. Meaning, only when one follows, listens, believes and practices the teachings of the Guru, he becomes a Gursikh. Before that, he is just a Sikh who can be a follower of any teachings. All are accepted in Guru's house. Note karna, all are accepted in Guru's house. There is room for all who want to connect to God. No one is excluded. Guru is Jagat Guru for the whole world. Anybody from any walk of life. A Sikh, a Gurmukh, a Sewak and a Sangati too. All are accepted. Guru provides them a room to grow and move on further to become Gursikhs and further to become Singhs and further to become Khalis. But there are conditions to be fulfilled to become a Gursikh of Guru Nanak. The journey of Guru Nanak's house starts of being a Sikh, a follower, and as the Sikh listens, obeys, practices the teachings of the Guru, he grows into a Gursikh. Guru then calls him a Gursikh. Now, let me elaborate. Guru has given a specific definition of a Gursikh in Gurbani. Guru says, Guru Satguru ka jo Sikh akhaye, so pal ke uthar naam tyave. The Shabad, he says, Guru says, if you are a Sikh of a Guru, meaning if you are a Gursikh, Guru da Sikh, not just a Sikh, but if you are a Gursikh, note, again, not just a Sikh, but a Guru da Sikh, then you have to fulfill some conditions. Now this Shabad gives the list of conditions, the code of conduct, the conditions to be fulfilled to be called a Gursikh. Once the conditions are fulfilled, Guru then uses the word Gursikh for that Sikh. Now, what is the condition? He goes on, Guru says further and further. He says, So jo saas giras tyaye mera har har, so Gursikh Guru man pave. Now you notice, Guru has used the word Gursikh now. Guru uses the word for the Sikh who lives Guru's hukam and definition. Now in the next pankti, now Guru is referring to the person who is already living in the hukam and living in the code of conduct of Guru, and Guru is using the word Gursikh for this person. In the next three panktis, Guru uses the same Gursikh term for this person. Now let me once again say, while this is the definition of a Gursikh, I keep repeating this because I want to make sure that we are on track and everybody knows that I am not excluding anybody, everybody is included. While this is a definition of Gursikh, everybody is included in Guru's house, everybody else. A Sewak, a Sikh, a Gurmukh, a Sangati, and so forth, all have a place in the Jagat Guru's house. But not all, but they are not, but the ones not committed to Guru totally. Guru does not take ownership of them. Guru takes ownership of a Gursikh. So the essence of being a Gursikh is to totally follow the teachings, hukam of the Guru, meaning to listen, to believe, to practice the Guru's teachings. Now Guru further gives a code of conduct of a Gursikh. So Sikh sakha bandab hai pai, je Guru ke paane vich aave. Guru says he is a real Sikh, a real relative to the Guru, a real brother who lives in the hukam of the Guru. Meaning, one is not a Gursikh if he does not live in the hukam of the Guru. While he may be a Sewak, while he may be a Gurmukh, while he may be a Sikh or a follower. Guru says, Sewak Sikh Pujan sab aave, sab gaave, har har uttam bani. Guru says lots of people come to the Guru, the Sewaks, the Sikhs, the Gurmukhs and the Sangatis, they all come to the Guru and they come to the Guru's Sangat and they sing the praises of Lord, of Vaheguruji. Guru says, while they are all accepted in the Sangat, their singing and listening is only accepted by God when they accept the order or the code of conduct, the style of living, man bach karm, living Guru Sikhi. That's the order of the Guru. Gavya sunya tinka har thai paave, jin Sadguru ki agya sat sat kar jani, which means you are a Gursikh. When Guru's hukam, when you follow Guru's teachings, when you surrender totally to Guru, sat karmani, sat karmani, that is the code of conduct of a Gursikh. Pyareo, now let's move to the next phase, which is moving from a Gursikh to a Singh. Moving from Gursikh to a Singh is taking a leap to progress towards achieving the purpose of goal. As I had started in the beginning, this is a journey, and the journey of human form is to progress towards becoming pure and to meet with God. And Sikhi is a systematic path that has been laid in the hukam, by the hukam of God, by a Kalpurkh, to meet Him. Moving from Gursikh to Sikh is taking a leap to progress towards achieving the purpose of the human form. It means totally surrendering to the Guru. It means letting Guru lead you forward. It means following the process and tenets set by Guru. Now, let me give you something very interesting. Nandalal ji asked Guru, "Hey, mere Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, how do I take the leap and light the jyot of Vaheguruji within me and become pure and get united with God?" Guru said to Nandalal ji, listen to this. Like I said, please listen to the end to understand what Khalsa is, what Amrit is, how it falls into place. Don't make any decisions. Nobody is excluded. Listen. Guru says, Pritham rahat yeh jaan khande ki pahal shake. Guru says, Nandalal, if you have decided, like I said, everybody has a choice, everybody is on a journey, and Nandalal is at that point in his journey where he wants to go further and take a leap. And Guru says, Nandalal ji, this is all part of a total journey. Pritham rahat ye jaan khande ki pahal shake. This has been recorded in the Rahatnamas of Pai Desa Singh ji and Pai Chaupa Singh ji. Guru says the first thing you have to do, Nandalal, is to take Amrit. Why Amrit? I will tell you further down. When one becomes a Sikh, he enrolls in Guru Nanak's house. Guru Nanak has laid a clear roadmap. He has a clear roadmap prepared for him to complete his spiritual journey and to graduate as a Khalsa. Khalis has to graduate and to graduate as a pure soul. Now let's move on. I have taken Amrit now. Question, have I become a Khalsa? The answer is a big no. You have not become a Khalsa, but you are on a journey from a Sikh to a Gursikh to a Sikh. Now you have become a Sikh, you are moving forward. You have to graduate to become a Khalsa. You have joined the school. You have to graduate. You have joined the university. You have graduated. So what happens next? The next part of the journey is from Sikh to Khalsa. Khalis means to becoming pure and uniting with God. Let's understand the word Khalsa. As I mentioned before, a lot of people will say, when you say Khalsa, you are excluding people. No, not at all. This is part of the journey. Khalsa means to become pure. The word Khalsa was first used by Kabir ji in Bani. It existed even before Guru Gobind Singh ji used it. Kabir ji says, Paryo Kal Sabha Jagu Par Mahi Likhe Brahm Gyani. Kabir says the whole world is affected by Kal, the fear of death. The false Gyanis are also affected by it. And he says only the ones who are not affected. The ones who are not affected are the Khalis, the pure ones, meaning the ones who are connected to God and not affected by Kal, the fear of death. He uses the word Khalsa here for the pure ones, the ones connected to God. Let's see what Guru Gobind Singh says in his Bani. Puran jot jagah kat main tab khalis tahe ne khalis jane. Khalis here means pure. Guru says he is a Khalsa who knows no other than the Puran Jot to ground it, just like any institution or university. And for one to graduate in a certain field, he has to follow through a process set by the university, covering all the subjects and passing all of them. Just like that, in the school of Guru Nanak, the school of Guru Nanak has its subjects and processes too. The processes and the subjects that one has to pass to finally graduate as a Khalsa, graduate as a pure soul and unite with God. So the Guru is actually included all in the journey. No one is left out. The one starting from ABC, a Sikh, going through high school, a Gursikh, Singh, the one who enrolls in the university to study to become a Khalsa, and finally the one who graduates a Khalsa, a pure one. To come back again, the concept of Khalsa or pure existed even before Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Now this will answer a lot of the questions that people ask. And the questions that might have crossed your mind as I was speaking. Just the question is, why did Guru Gobind Singh Ji introduce the concept of Khalsa then? Why? Did people not achieve the state of pureness before Guru Gobind Singh Ji? The answer is yes, people did achieve the state of pureness even then. Through their own efforts, trial and errors, putting themselves through lots of penance. It was an almost impossible feat and only possible for very, very few. And in this time of Kaljug, it would have been impossible without proper and hand-holding. That is why Guru Gobind Singh Ji put a proper and a sure process in place. He did not put it, he was asked and directed by God to put this process in place to make it easier for us to unite. So the concept of Amrit Khalsa was actually an instruction of God to help man in this Kaljug to meet God. So God decided that it's very important to have a structured process and a proper guide in place for people to unite with Him. Guru Gobind Singh Ji narrates to us how he was instructed by God to put this process in place by creating the Khalsa. Guru says, Khalsa Kalpur ki Fauj, Pargatyo Khalsa Parmatam ki Mauj. Guru says the Khalsa army is not my creation. It is actually the creation of God. It was the hukam of God. Guru relates further, giving details on how and when the instructions were given to him. He relates the conversation. He says, God told him, Main apna sut tohe nivaja, panth prachar karvai ko saja. He says, I make you my son, and I want you to create this panth. And the Shabad talks about what were the duties of the Panth. I won't go into that. This is the Khalsa Panth. Then Guru responds in his Dohira, Thand bhayo main jor kar, bachan kahan sir ne aaye. He says, I bowed down, I lowered my face, my head down. I put my hands, I folded my hands together and says, God, I take your instructions, I obey your instructions. Panth tale tab jagt mein, Jab tum karo sahai. Guru says, my head bowed and my hands folded. I agree, but ask God to be by my side for me to carry out this duty given by God. Guru then followed the instructions and processes given by God, becoming pure and connecting with God easy and achievable for all. Guru was given the responsibility to take ownership and be responsible for all that follow the instructions and teachings of the Guru given by God to the T. God gave Guru a clear road map for all to follow and asked Guru to take ownership and be responsible to unite them with him. Guru Gobind Singh Ji then took personal responsibility and guaranteed for all who followed his teachings to the T to reach the state of Khalsa and to be united with God. He took the responsibility of hand-holding all throughout until the end of the journey. So to conclude and to come back where I started, life is a journey to meet God. It has different stations and junctions. All are accepted in the house of the Guru. Guru Nanak is Jagat Guru. In the journey to meet God, in Sikhi, one starts off being a Sikh, then Gursikh, followed by being a Singh, and finally a Khalsa. Sikhi is a systematic and sure path laid to ensure one completes the journey of meeting God surely and easily. It is a path for all mankind. No one is excluded. We are all on a journey moving at different speeds. And while this is accepted, it is important for one to work towards the final goal of a human birth and also final destination of a Sikh, which is the Khalsa. Khalsa meaning Khalis, meaning to become pure and to be united with God. Sangatji, coming back to the question where we started, are we excluding or chasing people away when we give a specific definition of a Gursikh? The answer is surely a big no, a big no. The truth will remain the truth. The destination will remain the destination. Everyone is accepted and allowed to make a choice if they just want to be a Sikh, meaning a follower, or a Gursikh, or further graduate as a Khalsa. But we cannot change the definition of a Gursikh given by Guru and the code of conduct of a Gursikh just for the sake of having more number of people calling themselves Gursikhs. Please note, the Khalsa Rahat Maryada addresses the code of conduct of a Gursikh and onwards. Once again, let me repeat this. Everyone is accepted and allowed to make a choice. If they just want to be a Sikh, meaning a follower, or a Gursikh, and further graduate as a Khalsa. But we cannot change the definition of a Gursikh given by Guru and the code of conduct of a Gursikh just for the sake of having more numbers or more people calling themselves Gursikh. But surely we need to change the technique of prachar. Bol chuk maafi. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki Fateh.